you mentioned kid. So, Jon's parentage has been the central driving mystery of the story for some fans for literally 2 decades. So, when you found out that you were going to get, that Gilly was going to get to deliver one of the most crucial pieces of information in the history of the story, the Prince Raga reveal, did that weigh on you? Like, did you feel the burden of expectations? And did you have a sense of how meaningful that moment was going to be for fans? Or was it just mostly thrilling to be able to take part in something that was that core to the canon?
Well, so I have to say, and I don't mean to sound like awful when I say this, I thought, from reading the first 3 books, I thought it was pretty obvious.
Yeah. Well, the 2-decade wait is more a byproduct of just literally how long it takes for the books to come out and not necessarily the strength of the mystery.
So I was kind of pleased for reading. I was like, I think I figured this out. So then I guess I was pleased to be involved in, I didn't expect to ever be involved in the delivery of pieces of information like that. So for sure I felt very honored that Gilly got to be the one to kind of do the reveal. But I did not know that it was going to be the reaction that it was to that scene. And I was doing press for a movie last summer when the episode aired, and no one would talk about the movie to me. Like, all anyone wanted to talk about was that scene, and I was like, and they were like, it's blowing up on Twitter, it's this whole thing. And I was really, really shocked that people had such a big reaction to, and I loved it, and the whole kind of Sam took credit, and like...
We have multiple questions here about that.
Yeah, it was, I didn't really, I think and I think in a way, the same way that Gilly does, that she stumbles across a piece of information, sort of reads it out, but's kind of throwing it away. I myself did not really understand the importance of what I was doing, the effect it was going to have on people.
Was that true for other people involved in the show? Like, was that true for the showrunners? Was that true for other people in the scene? Or was that more specific to you?
I think that was specific to me. No, I think I was just like, a bit naive about it.
Talk about that, the fan reaction. You mentioned it blowing up on Twitter. Do you think that reaction was justified in the sense that here's this gigantic reveal? Apparently, a Prince Raga was got his marriage annulled, and
let me tell you about my tough day at work.
Right, and it Sam's like, do you think? Like, what? Hi, September, Raga.
Can't get my bosses to respond to my emails.
I'm reading something. Do you think that was a justified reaction, or what was that like to like be part of a scene that caused that much of a stir?
Yeah, I think it was a totally justified reaction, and I love that I saw a couple of things that were like, it was, it's like that moment when type comments, and I just thought it was, I think it's very, I think in a way I'm surprised I'm in some ways disappointed that more wasn't made later on, that I didn't get a moment to be like, hey.
Yeah, right. So, do you think Gilly is just sitting there nursing a grudge that Sam goes up to Winterfell and plagiarizes her term paper with Bran? He's like, no, let me tell you what I know.
He tells Bran he should say Gilly read it.
Where's the cool
Absolutely no credit.
Where's the cool byline? Exactly.
It's an outrage.
It is an outrage. It's not like there's a 50 high septons out there, Come on, I'm telling you.
The patriarchy is real.